Well, hello everybody. It's Leanne Griff with today's video. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I do weekly videos on Tuesdays. Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time on my Facebook Live. And I upload them to YouTube, so you can follow me either way. As you can see, I have a beautiful display. Well, I don't know if it's beautiful. It's a display of a lot of our current kit collection kits. So I wanted to highlight those really quick. Let's see, I'm trying to get my laptop synced up as well. So I want to talk a little bit about the kits here. There are just 2 days left to get in on the kit collection sale. And that sale is up to 30% off on a lot of our kits. So I want to just show a few of those really quickly. Just trying to get my laptop to sync up so I can welcome people. Okay, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I sure appreciate you giving me some of your time during the day. Okay, so the kits are up to 30% off. This is the newest one. This is called Festive Tags. And as you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tags and 3 of each. It's called Festive Tags and it is $11.70. So it does come without a stamp set. The greetings are pre-printed, so you just stick them on. It's, I hate to say it's what my friend Pat calls lick and sticks, because you don't have to do anything but assemble. So it's a great little gift that you could give to somebody that is somewhat crafty and loves to give Christmas projects. Great for kids like tweens or teens or even younger. My 9-year-old granddaughter put 5 tags together, 1 of each, in about 25 minutes. So she enjoyed it and she took the rest of the kit home. So that's the newest kit. Then we have Timeless Greetings. I only have one of each of these cards made, but these are great for guys. Sometimes we're like struggling to make cards for guys. So that one is now, instead of 23, it's 1840. One of my favorites, this is called Saying Thanks, and it's just a really colorful kit. Great way to send a thank you card. And this is also $11.70 for 9 cards and pretty envelopes as well. Then we have this one. This is the Forever Friends kit. Really colorful foil envelopes and accents on the cards. It's that one. And there are over 25 kits in our kit collection right now. And those are what's available. There's a couple that are not. So yeah, this ends on Thursday. Last day to get in on these kit collection. Great kids cards in the, let's see, Robot Buddies. Cute envelopes and little googly eyes on this one. Lots of fun colors of googly eyes that you add on. But this does include a stamp set. Some do, some do not. So that's just a little sample of some of our kit collection cards. So our online store is really getting a lot of things that are not in a catalog. So if you're a catalog girl, you're missing out on lots of things that are in our online store, including the kits and our online exclusives. So be sure you check it out now and then. You can just go to shopwithleanne.com and you'll get right there to the online store. Okay, let's do door prizes. All right, this was the prize for sharing last week Into the Clouds folder, and for commenting was the Fine Sparkle Adhesive Back Gems. So these were on the clearance rack. Well, I don't know if this one was. This was an extra one that I had, but the gems were. So make sure when you see the clearance rack updates, you check them out right away, because some are such good deals. Okay, drum roll. The winners are Kelly Bird and Kathy Dutoit. So I believe, let me see. Kelly won the gems, Kathy won the folder. So congratulations, gals. I don't know if they're on yet, but I'll be sending those to you. So I think I have Kathy's address. I need Kelly's yet. So Kelly, if you're watching, send me your address for mailing. Okay, so the prize for commenting this time is a set of gems and leaves. And here these are from last catalog, I think last fall catalog. And I found a ton of things to do with these. You can stamp on these leaves. You can crinkle and sponge them. then the gems. So this is for commenting for next week's video, and for sharing, I have a pack of 5 fun fold cards that were from a kit that I had. So there's one. Here is another nice Z fold card. Here is, let's see, this one. There's that one, and this one has a catch. It's really kind of fun to hold a fun fold card together by adding an element that you sneak under and one of the folds. So that's that one. Here's this one. Just simply add an extra score line and add your greeting. And then here's this one, a little bit of a fun fold with the designer paper and another simple Z fold. So that's the prize for sharing the video today. So don't be shy, share, comment, and you'll get it on the drawing. Okay, let me put this aside. I have new product from the holiday catalog that goes live in 9 days or so. So yeah, I'm sharing new product, but for a couple more housekeeping things. We made these cards last night on my live. I had a Monday night live. Some of you were there, I know. So this is called, I'm calling the fold and tuck card. So it is a piece of 6-inch designer paper, and you simply fold, and then when you see that open space, you fill it. See that open space, you fill it, but this last piece has to be tucked, and then you have your card. And when you do this, as you can see, the 6x6 is missing the corners. Let me move this out of the way. So it's missing these corners. So what I did was I saved those corners and added them inside the card. 3 out of the 4 are inside the card. This is a new set called So Sincere. My top favorite in the holiday catalog, because we all need greetings. Greetings are kind of our jam, right? We need to be able to say what we want to say when we want to say it. This has quite a few just everyday things that you want to say. Hope you're feeling better soon. I mean, you know, how many times you just want to send somebody who's kind of down or going through something, just that, you know, your kindness is so appreciated. So proud of you. Oh, you know, for graduation or your grandkids or a friend who, you know, achieved something. So this designer paper is called Garden Walk. That's what I use. This is new in the holiday catalog coming out next week. And it is 6x6, and it's part also of my designer paper share. So I am doing a designer paper share, starting to take names on, or starting to invoice people for it on Thursday. We can start taking payment for upcoming products 1 week before the catalog goes live. So that's why I can start taking payments on Thursday. It's 80 sheets of 6x6, 15 different packs of paper, and it is $37, and that's with shipping to you. So there's that, and things that are happening. Let's see, that's the last 3 days, well, it ends on Thursday, to redeem your bonus days coupons. Now, some people are having trouble reaching Stampin' Up! If you can't find your coupon when you placed an order, I have a couple hints for you. First of all, go back on the day that you placed your order and look in your spam or junk folder. So even if, hopefully your spam hasn't been deleted by then, but it is usually at least last 30 days for most people. So check your spam or junk folder for that email. You got an email with your coupon code, 1 code for every $50 you spent, and you can use those in August only. If you absolutely can't find them in your email, you need to call Stampin' Up! Or email them at DS, that's demonstrator support, at stampinup.com. Now, right now Stampin' Up! Demonstrator support is so behind on emails. We had a platform change, and demonstrators are kind of hogging up the lines. So if you're frustrated, send them an email. And once, even if you don't get the response until September, they will honor that code because you reached out in August. So don't worry, even demonstrators, don't worry if you can't get a hold of them. You can still send an email or leave your number for a return phone call. If they're not answering the phones, leave your number. and they will get back to you. So, so don't give up. Please use those coupons. Here's my hostess code for the rest of August and maybe into September a little bit as well. Okay, I'm also giving away free handmade cards for orders this month. The more you order, the more cards you get, and many are fun folds. So, okay, inventory update. Still out of stock, the truck punch, the bow punch. Those, I think the bow is September and the truck punch is still October. Gorgeously made dies, paper florist, and patchwork pieces dies are out of stock. Deckled rectangles, timed together, timeless arrangement dies. Low inventory, Hello Irresistible designer paper, and Fresh is a Daisy designer paper, and Wink of Stella. There's a couple other little things that I don't list everything. Okay, now we're going to start playing. I'm going to use 2 different bundles from the holiday catalog. They're fall related, and I made them for swaps. And I thought I would share with you what I did. So I joined, let's see, 5 online swaps this month and made, 5 different cards. What's neat is I made over 100 cards, and I will be getting back 100 cards. So I will have a lot to share with you all as after next week. So yeah, actually, I don't think there's much out of stock, Barb, in the holiday catalog. There's nothing that's gone. There's 2 things. Well, no, I'm wrong. There is a holiday or a Halloween dies that are out of stock right now. But there's just 1 other low inventory item. So, but yes, you're right. Demonstrators tend to order so much that sometimes by the time customers can order from the holiday catalog, things are out of stock. But right now it's not looking like that is happening. So I think they're slowly figuring out what items to order more of and what, because some are just like, they go gangbusters. They just are so popular, and Stampin' Up! Does do surveys to demonstrators on what we plan to order from the catalog. I've been on that demonstrator survey list many times, and unfortunately, it's not that accurate. Sometimes the pictures that they show are just not, in person. You see something in person, you're like, oh my gosh, that did not look like that in the catalog. Well, that's why the surveys are not that accurate, and they just don't get the accuracy to know how much things are going to go when it goes live. So that's kind of one of the problems is they do surveys, but because we don't see it in person, we don't always know how much we're going to love it. And then somebody makes projects with it, and we're like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. I have to have that. Well, we didn't even know we liked it when we saw it in the catalog. All right, the first bundle I'm going to use is called Pick of the Patch, and it's a pumpkin punch with leaves, 2 pumpkins, and a stem. And there's a lot of pumpkins and gourds in this set. You can make it into Halloween or just Thanksgiving, or thanks so much, or cutie pie. It's got lots of fun things. So that's what my first card is going to be. And I have a big bunch of measurements for this card. We also made this at my team meeting last month. No, actually we didn't. We didn't make this card. I'm wrong. We made a different card. Here's the card I'm going to make. So isn't that cute? Love it. And there's the inside. So you're probably wondering where this is coming from. Well, that is one of, and a few weeks ago, I did a video with the Abundant Beauty decorative masks. And so I'm going to show you, I don't think I even showed all of these when I did the video. I did the sunflowers. If you recall, those who watch my videos a lot, I did the sunflowers video. Well, there's also a houndstooth. There is a snowflake set. And then there are these leaves. So that's what I'm going to focus on today. Love these Abundant Beauty decorative masks. So yes, I am also using, I also want to share some cards I made. I wonder if I should do that now. I think I will. Before I even start this, I'm going to share some other cards. This is the one I did first for a team meeting. We did a whole piece of the same, almost the same colors. This time I used Garden Green. Here I used Mossy Meadow, Pumpkin Pie, and a little bit of the new Wild Wheat, which is surprising, but this is a great fall color. It really is. So just a little bit of that. So there's the inside, very similar. This is another one I did that I was trying to come up with a swap, and I decided I didn't like the Cajun Craze. It wasn't pumpkin-y enough. It's okay, but it just wasn't quite pumpkin-y enough. It was a little bit dark. I wanted something a little brighter. So I switched to Pumpkin Pie and made this card from that one. So similar. Okay, and then I got a swap in from my friend Donald Chefsky, and look at her card. Just love it. She stamped a bunch of pumpkins in, I think she did use Cajun Craze and Peacock, but Pretty Peacock. So that's her card, just a simple piece of ribbon and a tag with the punch. I forget what the name of that tag is that we have a punch there. But yeah, super, super cool card from Dawn. Love getting those samples. Okay, all right, let's get started. I also did stamp an envelope for this one. Actually, this is for the other card, I forgot. But we'll get our pieces out and get going. Yes, it's exactly true, Kathleen. We can look and look, and all of a sudden you're like, well, where was that at? I didn't see that. And yeah, kind of crazy. Okay, so this is from the Basic Border Dies. This is our More Dazzle 6x6, excuse me, paper from the annual catalog, that dazzling paper. Just thought it added a fun little bit of glitter. Okay, so this is the inside. Here's our greeting. We'll stamp that here. This is textured with one of the Basic 3D folders in the online store. So that's that layer. And this is right there. So I will put it this way and get my inks out. So let's see, I'm going to start with the pumpkin because I know I want a bit of the pumpkin color, my favorite of the bunch here. Got to have a little bit of orange, and we'll just start here and there. And what's hard is to ink that while you're holding this stencil in place. And yes, I could tape it, but I like my paper smaller than the stencil. So I tended to do just 3 little patches of color here. I want to get to the edge on this one so I don't have to. And I really like when they're a little bit on each leaf. So I'm just going to scoot that over and do a little bit of the Wild Wheat. Comes off a little bit green, almost an army green. Now my stencil moved, so I have to bring it back. And what you could do if you have that is put a little tacky removable removable adhesive on the back of your stencil, and that would help hold it. I want a little bit of green there. Okay, so that's enough of that. And then we get the Garden Green. I'll hold it right over here. And like I say, I like to go into some of the other colors just a little bit, but not so much that I delete my pumpkin or my Wild Wheat. So just a little bit stronger, and then we'll finish up on this. And so you can kind of see I did 3 bunches of each color. Isn't that beautiful? Just love making multicolor things like that. Sponging, baby wipe, those are some of my favorite techniques. Oh, I didn't bring my little Post-it note with me. But I do have a kind of piece of in my scrap bin right beside me. So I only want to get a little bit of this, but I don't want to get onto my my inside. So I'm going to start with the green. And you do want to kind of respect where you were with these colors, because if I put the wild wheat onto my dirty stencil here into the green, it wouldn't be the true color. So I'm gonna try and stick with what I did. I'll scoot that over and bring in the wild wheat. Ooh, got a little bit dark there. You can see why I had to mask, because I probably would have gotten some of that wild wheat on my inside of my card. And then we'll do just a little bit, and that got a little muddy. See, I'll show you what I mean by the inside here. I'm going to try and make it a little more pumpkin-y, because I went over onto my green part of the stencil. It still is fine, but it's not as quite as true color as I would like. Okay, so these you just rinse off in running water. It just comes right off because it is water-based. Our regular classic inks are water-based colors, so you do not have to work hard to get rid of our color. Okay, while I have my ink out, we'll move that aside and we will stamp the thanks so much. Now that is right there on the card. And just attempt, I think this circle is a little smaller than that one. Stamp over on the side. It's kind of interesting to stamp on a circle, because then you can turn it whichever way is straight, I guess I'd say. Okay, now on a scrap, we will stamp our pumpkins. Now it's important when you do your pumpkins to look, how are they on here? So I can stamp this one right here. I'm gonna do that first, because I only have this much paper to stamp, and it is going in from top. Okay, so when you're stamping a solid image, be sure that you huff. Okay, I had a little bit of something on there, but you know, I have my pumpkin. You could use a blender pen or something to fix that, but I'm going to just use my blend marker to fix that. I must have something on my image. Okay. There's that. And now I want the small pumpkin. But again, I have to look at my punch, because this time the small pumpkin would go in like that. You have to be smarter than the punch. Okay, ink, huff. Okay, I'm kind of stamping off. You can see this is my stamp off area for the quite a few videos that I've done. I think we're done with that ink. And oh, I know. Oh, I remember what I was gonna do. Okay, we'll punch this one out. So remember, always check placement of your punch before you stamp. Sometimes they get a little crafty on the positioning of their punches. Now, one thing I need is a couple stamps, but I kind of planned ahead that this is going to be covered up right about there. So I'm going to punch right on my layer here. There's one stem, and there's another. That should be good, because that will get covered up, right? We will see. Okay, now trying to remember how I put this card together. Now, I'm gonna do these first. Get my dimensionals over here. I believe I popped up just a small pumpkin. Oh, what I like to do is let these dry a little bit. With a little bit of adhesive, or yeah, liquid glue. And that stem is going to, I guess, go this way. Let that kind of dry. And just a little bit, that was a little bit much. And this one will go this way. A little taller stem. Okay, so this one go like that. And this one's gonna have to go a little lower because I can't obscure my greeting. Okay, All right, done with the punch. It is a really cool punch. Very, very thoughtful because there's the leaves and whatnot. You know, I'm not going to do the envelope because you see that I have lots of other things to do. So you see, you just stamp the pumpkins. When I did the stem here, I kind of brushed off, once it's on my stamp, I kind of brushed off the bottom part so it wouldn't be as long. So it looks like it's not quite as dark. So that's what I did on those stems, if you can kind of see that. So just kind of wipe off the bottom of that stem when you stamp it if you want it a little bit shorter. Okay, let's get to our card. I'm going to put the inside in first because that's easy. I'm going to do it this way this time. Don't know why. Something different. Okay. So what I like to do when I do this, I mean, I could have used a whole 4 or 5 1/4 inch piece of vanilla here, but I'm always a little thrifty. Oh, and I put it right where that is going to be, but that's fine. Okay, so now I know the length. That's what I needed to know. Then, let's put this card back up for you. So this is going to go here. Let's put a line of glue. And I have way too much here. In fact, when I did my swaps, I'll tell you what I did because I was feeling a little stingy with this paper. This paper ends about here and this paper ends about there. I just cut strips and snuck them under there. Don't ask me why. I get a little bit funny about things. I had plenty. I didn't need to do that. But it's like, it was easy. Okay, and I purposely left this off the main card so I could trim this up easily and not have to sneak my scissors into while it was glued. Make sense? Okay, so we are about done here. I didn't add any ribbon, but I did add some gems. And you might wonder, where did you get orange pearls? I will show you. And you want to just make sure your thanks so much is straight. Well, that's up to you, I guess. If you want it straight, or what I would say kittywampus. Some people say cattywampus. All right, so the pearls are from our festive pearls. So what I did was use the blends marker to color them. And I do recommend you use the firm tip, what they call a bullet tip, to do that. And I chose to do the gold. I thought that was closest to pumpkin. So just let them set for just a few minutes. Well, seconds, really. And then just pick them up and place. They dry very, very fast. There we go. There's our cards. So Pick of the Patch. Great for fall or Halloween. There's a little envelope too. Fun cards, right? If you're just coming on, Pick of the Patch was our bundle that we used. And next, and there's the measurements. Now I do have a free project sheet that I will post when I post this card on my blog. Be sure you're following me on my blog at flowerbug.net. That is my blog link right there, flowerbug.net. So you can see everything, because I don't post everything on Facebook. I post a lot more on my blog than I do on Facebook. Okay, next is Autumn Leaves Bundle. Has everybody been watching all the cards made with the Autumn Leaves Bundle? Oh, it's just gorgeous. I love what they call the skeleton leaf, or stems, I guess, or veins that go in to the other ones. So I'll be showing you a little bit of that today. Now I do have one card I made. I was looking for swap samples, and this is one that I did that didn't quite pass muster, but I still like it. So this is done in Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock, because we have this new paper called Oxidized Copper that has a little bit of Pretty Peacock in it. So there's 2 sheets. One is more of a solid copper, well, not solid, but all copper, and this one has a little bit of the Pretty Peacock in it. So that will be part of my paper share, just so you know. You like fall cards best, Annette? Yeah, a lot of people are fall lovers. So yeah, you'll love these cards. We have a good selection of fall in this catalog. Okay, so that was a sample. That's not my card today. And the card is this one. So we did this at my another team meeting card, and I also did it for a swap. I changed the swap up a little bit, but we're gonna do this. And there's the inside, or the envelope matches the inside of the card. Okay, all right. So this is Pretty Peacock with a little bit of pumpkin pie again. I love those colors together for fall. Okay, all the pieces are right here, and we're going to start by, and I did, you know, I don't like to heat emboss on my videos, so I did that ahead of time. So 3x3 is a perfect piece for making cards with 6x6 paper, and this is a great layout for a 3x3 card. So we'll start with that. Adding, this is one of the, oh, I should have brought that over. I'm gonna go grab that really quick. Hold on. This is the All About Autumn 6x6 paper. And so it has lots of colors in it and patterns, but it also has a copper and maybe gold foil accents. So that is also part of my paper share, but that's where I got this from. Okay, then we will add the pre-embossed greeting, which is from this stamp set with a grateful heart. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little bit of a ribbon trick here. So I love when ribbon is gathered and then like the leaves are coming out from it. It's just kind of one of my methods that I like to add ribbon. So I have a length of Lost Lagoon ribbon and a linen thread. So I'm going to start out by tying a knot around this, and I want it on one side, so I'm just going to tie it fairly tight because I want it to look gathered. Now I tie the bow. Now I'm not fighting with keeping that linen thread taut. Now one thing that is helpful when you're doing a bow is before you tighten it, make sure you have your ends and your loops where you want them, because now I manipulated it where my loops are on the top and my tails are at the bottom, and sometimes I just have to keep kind of pressing and tightening and working that. So that looks pretty good to me. Okay, so we will gather my seal, and this is how I do it. I press that, hold that from the front because I have adhesive on the back, and then all I have to do is press onto that adhesive. And you can see that I ran my adhesive sideways with it. That way I know I'll catch it as I press that ribbon onto the other side. There we go. That's done. So we'll add more adhesive. Doesn't have to be this kind of adhesive. To our pumpkin pie layer. Brings it all together. Then here is our Pretty Peacock card base. Add that. Aren't they colors beautiful together? It's one of my favorite fall combinations is blues and pumpkin, or blue-green. All right, so how did we do that? And I did one ahead of time, but I'm going to show you. Let's see, I have a piece here. And wouldn't you know it, I did not get my leaf out. So I have to grab this and another block. Let's see if I have a block large enough. I may have to sneak. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, put that on my block. Move that over. Now, we're going to Ink It in Pumpkin Pie. Actually, I had somebody message me, my swap hostess said, how did you do that leaf? And so I'm going to show you. Ink It in Pumpkin Pie. And then I rub that edge off. So I don't want a lot of pumpkin on the edge. So you can see I rubbed a lot of that off. Then I did use Peacock. Lost Lagoon worked too. I'm going to try Peacock this time. See if I got enough of that blue off. So ink my sponge dauber in Peacock and just add a lot of Peacock. It mixes with some of the pumpkin to make almost a green, which I don't really care for, but I think if I add enough of the Peacock, it will turn more peacocky instead of green. So this is called almost the rock and roll. Now, real rock and roll technique is where I would have, after I rolled off some of this or even left it on, I would have rolled the edges. And I tried that as well. And that was a little less accurate. So I'm going to huff and stamp. And that's pretty accurate with Peacock. So better than this one was. And then after I die cut it, I did sponge the edges even more because the die cut, the die leaves a little vanilla edge. So just to remove that vanilla edge, after I die cut, I sponged a little bit more. So that's how I cut that leaf. And I'm going to leave that out. Okay. So then I die cut the vein. Let's get the card back in here. From one of the dies in there, from that oxidized copper. Look how beautiful that is. So now I have to just remove, and this is where it gets a little tricky. You have to, there's breaks in our adhesive sheets. So when I die cut this, I put a row of adhesive sheet on a piece of this oxidized copper, and then I die cut. So once you get that oxidized copper or the adhesive sheet on there, you can see you have a backing. You just remove that, and now it is very sticky. So I'm going to attempt to get that. It just made this a lot less what I want to call gluey. So there you go. There is our leaf. So that'll go right in there. So our adhesive sheets, if you do not like dealing with fine little pieces and then using our multi-purpose glue, you will like the adhesive sheets. So I just slipped that in, glued it down, and this is the oxidized copper that has a little bit of peacock in it. So yeah, this suite is just gorgeous. Yeah, you do want it, Susan. Okay, there's our card. I didn't add any gems or anything. The inside, oh, I will do the inside and show you that. And the envelope. Okay, there's the two stamps that work together. There, that is what I did. And I'm going to add a different greeting in the inside. I'm going to use my my Peacock ink. And this, some people just love this saying, autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty. So I've learned when I've stamped this that to do the veins first because it has a stem, and if I want the stem to be off of the paper, I have to stamp the stem first because you just don't know where it is on when you're just stamping the leaves. Okay, so for the leaves, I'm going to ink, and we're going to stamp off once, and then you can match up. I just didn't want it quite as bright. That one's a little brighter. This one's nice and soft. So I'll close up my inks. This is Pumpkin Pie with Pretty Peacock. And we are done with our cards. Aren't they pretty? So if you just started watching, this is the other card that we did today with the Pick of the Pumpkin, Pick of the Patch bundle. And this one is the Autumn Leaves bundle with dies. This one has a punch, this one has dies. So that's our cards today. Oh, I am done. Thank you for sharing, Judith. I appreciate that. And everybody else that I probably missed that did that. So there's the envelope that matches it. Isn't that pretty to have envelopes that match? Yeah. I don't do that often. I should do it more often because it's just so special when you do that. All right, so I want to show you my kits to go for September. I'm done already. I've had some time to get some of these kits done, and yeah, I'm good. So here is the stamp set that I use, and my All About Autumn kit. I just finished that actually this morning. So these are all fun fold cards, and it includes a set of these new, let's see, adhesive back speckled dots. So all fun folds. All right, and I did use this stamp set for my greetings. All right, so here's one. I think, well, where's the fun fold in that? Well, it's all designer paper. And Annette, if you were watching, I cased your swap card because the front of this card is the designer paper, and it's a fold back. So you have the pretty paper as your accent on the inside and the outside. So that's the first card. I'll just put that up here. Here is the second one. Kind of an easy fun fold, but really shows off the pretty designer paper and some pretty tags. So you can see the ribbons that are included in the kit. And here is another set. Look at this one. You've got the leather chair in the back and the library books on the front. So pretty. And this is an optional gift card. Okay. And this one has the sweater background with leaves. How pretty is that? Again, optional gift card. You don't have to put anything in there. Okay, remember everything is die cut and cut for you except your designer paper. And that's included in the tutorial. Look at this one. Just a simple Z fold, but this is that fractured card. So really shows off the scenes, I think. Here's another one. I think this is called a Dutch door card. So opens and then opens again. So this is one of the ribbons. You get 2 spools of ribbons, shares in this kit. You get the gems and a half a pack of designer paper. So this one, I should have gone a little bit further on my shredding, but you just pull the cord and you get these beautiful kind of shreds or feathery ribbon on that. I thought that was kind of a neat accent. So you learn a few ways to use your ribbons, the designer papers, but this is the All About Autumn Fun Fold card kit, and it's $28 plus shipping, and you get $20 in product. And you have to opt in or reserve it by the 18th, I think, this month, and you can add on this stamp set at 10% off if you include that with your kit. So that's the first one. The second one uses mostly this stamp set as well, and it's called Winter Meadow. So I shared this on last night's video as well. Isn't that just beautiful? You include some of the silver edge ribbon and a share of the gems, the iridescent rhinestones. And I used the Magical Meadow stamp set and the So Sincere stamp set. So you can add either or both on to your kit at 10% off. So really neat way to use. These are also all fun folds except for this card. So here's another one. This one is a little bit of a latch card, folds closed and is held closed by just not putting your adhesive all the way to the end. Really cool fun fold. Here is another beauty. Let's move that one up here. Showcasing that pretty deer black or gray and white scene. And then the last one is one I shared in a video, I think last week. This is my diagonal Z fold. So those are the second. So you can get both and save money. And I know this DSP is gorgeous, Judith. It is. And yeah, Judith, I just ordered your stamp set. She's going to be our artist of the month. Judith is on my team. And she's going to use the Magical Meadow bundle for her projects. So yeah, I'm excited to see what you do with it, Judith. But yeah, these are all available now. I don't have the All About Autumn kit yet on my tutorial shop. So give me through tomorrow to get that on there. It'll be on the flowerbudshop.com. So if you want both, don't order today. Wait till tomorrow so you can save on shipping when you order more than one. So just give me a little bit. I haven't done the tutorial for the autumn cards yet. That is not done, nor the pictures. So give me a little bit of time. I've been working with one of my friends who's been very ill in the hospital. So I've been dividing my time between stamping and helping her. She's so ill, but she went home yesterday and is feeling great. So I'm hopefully back on track and putting more time into this. I've been working on my designer paper share, and my open house in person is September 9th. And there may be a BOGO, it's going to be a BOGO at my open house for my locals. And then I think I'm going to do a mystery box sale later in September. So that's what you can look forward to. Mystery box coming up. A lot of people love those because you get a box of product free just for placing an order. So follow me on my blog and my Facebook page so you are aware of all these specials. All right, everybody, that is it. I will see you on next week, Tuesday, for another video or class. So don't forget to follow me on my blog, and that's where you can shop and place an order if you need one. Okay, thanks, everybody, and have a great week, and make some cards and mail some cards. That's what my challenge is to you, to send those cards that you make. All right, take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye.